Cheers, vinyl community. Back with another video. Moosehead Lager. It's from the Maritimes here in Canada. Great beer. Anyways, coming back at you again. Still in a pretty big high, thanks to that album up on the shelf right there that came in yesterday. Got me wanting to do a video, and I realized that I haven't really done a vinyl finds video, I think, since before Christmas. So what I'm going to show you are mostly finds from January. There are some new ones here. There are some reissues. There are some originals. For a few of them, if I can remember, because I'm horrible with a bad memory. I'm going to give some shout outs to some people who either intrigued me to buy them, or when I listen to them I think of the person. So anyways, I'm going to start off with one that actually came in the mail yesterday along with the Judas Priest album. And this is a recent reissue. Actually, I think it was released in January of 2018. And this is a Rhino reissue on limited edition green vinyl. And this is Badfinger's Wish You Were Here. And I owe 100% of this purchase to Sean. Sean's Lock, I think it is. Pardon me, Sean, if that's incorrect. Sean's last video, or second last video, he showed this album, and one that actually I wasn't familiar with at all. The only other Badfinger album that I have is Straight Up. And he spoke very highly, not only of the record itself, but of the pressing. It is on, I was listening to it. I thought maybe I still had it on the table, so I'll just quickly show you here. But it's on a really nice green vinyl, which looks great. So I've spun it a couple of times now, and I really enjoy it. So thank you very much, Sean, for the recommendation. Appreciate that. Well, I also got this yesterday too. I've never seen this, and Rob Paniques, you're gonna you're gonna kill me. Yeah, song remains the same. Zeppelin DVD. I've never seen this. Now I believe there. This is footage from 75, New York. Oh, 73. Sorry, I haven't watched it yet. Obviously, I just picked this up a few days ago. It was brand new in a cheap bin, and I'd never seen it. So, anyways, I think I may have seen some footage on this. If this is 75, New York, 75 or 73. Anyways, it was just sitting right here, and I saw it, so I thought I'd show you. Okay, next is actually an Elvis record. I haven't shown very much Elvis recently. As many of you know, I collect Elvis records. And this actually was one that I probably got in November or December, and I don't think I've showed it. I may have posted it on a Facebook group or two, but I don't think I've shown it in a video. This is a French pressing, Elvis, the King of Rock and Roll. It's a compilation album, obviously. Gatefold. There's the back cover. Really nice shape. And for any Elvis collectors out there, this is on the green RCA International label. And the sound quality is quite good on it. So anyways, that one's been sticking around for a couple of months. Finally got around to show it. This is an album that, to be honest with you, I really I didn't know about. I mean, these guys did a couple of albums. I think I'd heard the name. I've never seen it. I would have passed right on by it. It was recommended to me from one of my common sellers, and he pulled it and he says, I thought maybe, Jeff, you would have been interested in that, and I wasn't familiar with it. And then he said the name Tommy Bolin. Cypher. This is their first self-titled debut album. They did 2 albums, and this was Tommy Bolin's first band. As I say, this was the first. They did a second a year or 2 after that, and that was it. I believe Tommy then left this band, and he went on to play with James Gang, and I believe Bang was the first album that he was with James Gang. Later then went on to Deep Purple, but I'm not sure which album. Come Taste the Band, maybe? Anyway, Tommy Bolin. I'm sure many of you know Tommy Bolin, or at least have heard of him. So this is their first album, and this is really good. This is... I'm terrible with genres and how stuff sounds, but it's kind of a heavier psych rock, maybe a little garage mixed in, but I really enjoy it. I actually want to seek out the second one, which I don't think I've ever even come across. Yeah, this is really good, and it's in nice shape. So, Cypher, I think that's how you pronounce it, Cypher. Dead Wax 66. Randy, you know, that 39-year-old guy from Michigan. How you doing, Randy? In his last video, maybe second last video in the last week or 2, in the background he had an album playing, which I really enjoyed, and I commented on it. So we were back and forth a little bit about it. I'd never heard of the guy, and I think, Randy, after we were talking about this, if you're watching, it was about 3 days after I came across this. It's not the same album, but this is Going For Myself. This is Dennis Coffey. So I haven't listened to this yet. Kind of reminds me of this, with his haircut of, oh, I can't think of his name now. It just lost me. See, this is my memory again. Let me have a sip, because he always plays Oktoberfest. He's from Canada. Big accordion player. Come on, guys. You guys are yelling. The Canadians are yelling at the screen. His hair reminds me of him. I almost want to do the chicken dance. Anyways, name has completely escaped me. I'll remember it at the end of the video. So if I yell out a name, that's who he looks like. Anyways, haven't listened to this yet, but I thought it was just ironic, Randy, that you and I were quickly chatting about this, and within 2 or 3 days, I think, afterwards, I found this. So looking forward to listening to that. Still in the shrink, price cool on it. Good to go. Lisa, L.E. I saw this record and I thought of you right away. If you're not familiar, guys, with Lisa's channel, L.E. She loves to get out her acoustic guitar from time to time. She's a big Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young fan. I believe she showed this record in recent months, and this record has always eluded me. I believe it's original. It's gatefold. It's the textured cover, but the artists that guest on this record with David is just incredible. So finally happy to find a copy of this. David Crosby. If only I could remember my name. How fitting is that for me tonight, right? Another one from my Bob Dylan collection. A nice clean copy of Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. I've never even seen this movie, actually, but enjoy the soundtrack. I only have the cassette of this, so it was nice to find a nice, very nice, actually clean copy of Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. I'm trying to get that name. This one's for Chris. His favorite album of all time, Dude, 1973. Finally found a nice LP of this. I showed a CD of this. Was it in the 2018 Vinyl Tag video? No, it wasn't. It was... what was it? It was an 80s... Anyways, it doesn't matter. I showed the CD of this, and I'd never had a copy of this on vinyl. The Great and the Justice for All. This is a double LP gatefold. It's the blackened reissue, which I think it was from 2014 or 2015, maybe. It doesn't say. Anyways, I think this is probably my favorite Metallica record. Good to have, nice shape. There might have been something with this. I want to say a poster or something, but it's not included. Maybe I'm wrong, but really happy to find this. I only have one other album of theirs, and this is Animal Tracks by the Animals. I believe this is an original on MGM. I think it's MGM. Yes. Nice shape. I don't have very many Animals records, so happy to find this. I think this was their... Man, I'm going to be crucified if I get this wrong. I want to say their third album. Animals. This is obviously a reissue. I mean, the originals of these are just impossible to find, but I couldn't turn it down because anything on vinyl, original or reissue, is hard to find for these, but Self-Titled Seeds. I don't need to say anything about this. Awesome stuff. I'm trying to slow down my videos. I find I talk too fast and I'm rushing because I'm nervous. It might not come across that I'm nervous, but I am really nervous when I do videos. But I talk too fast, like I say, and I rush through, and I want to slow down. Gavin T. By saying his name, he probably, if he's watching this, he probably knows what this record's going to be. In the last couple of weeks, he showed this album in a video of, I believe it was recent finds of his. And I told him, I'd commented on it. I think it might have been the, I can't even remember the name of it. You know, the little picture that you take that sort of represents the video. It's the tag photo, whatever you call it. I believe him holding this record was that photo introducing the video. And him and I were talking about it, and I said that I'd never seen it in the wild, ever. And I don't believe that it's actually been reissued. So it's very hard to find this. I think it was out in 1988. And he sort of jokingly said to me, Jeff, don't worry, you're going to find it for 99 cents in a dollar bin one of these days. No rest for the wicked. Amen, Gavin. You're my good luck charm, buddy. 1988, this is, incredible album. This is Ozzy's first album. This is Zakk Wylde's first album with Ozzy. And just love this. Fantastic. Miracle Man, Devil's Daughter, Tattooed Dancer, Crazy Babies. I mean, just fantastic. This album, as well as I would put Diary of a Madman and this album, like right there on the heels with Blizzard of Oz. Fantastic stuff, and great shape too. I want to say, is this Columbia? Doesn't matter. Anyway, thanks, Gavin. You mentioned it, so of course it popped up. So I'll take it. Two more. This is an original pressing. I came across this actually in an antique market, and last week. Plays great. It's an original tricolor reprise pressing, and it was kind of pricey, but I have 3 antique markets in my area. 2 are 3 minutes down the road, and one's about 25 minutes away. And this one I got from one of the ones close by me here. And for the entire month of February, all 3 antique warehouses they're having it's called Winter Days. So essentially every booth throughout the antique market has a discount. And the discounts range between 15 and 50%. And this album was 50% off. No, I'm kidding. It was actually only 15. But I'll take it. Original mono pressing of the Electric Prunes. And excellent shape with the exception of a little punch out here. But I've seen this a few times over the years in rough shape. But this is very clean, and simply just couldn't pass it up. All right, last one. I can't Let's see, what am I at here? 14 minutes. This is an original pressing of my favorite album of all time. It's a double LP and really nice shape. It doesn't have the 12 or 14 postcards that were in it when it was originally released, but because it's an original pressing and I've never found an original pressing, I simply had to get it. The Rolling Stones, Exile on Main Street. Best album of all time, in my opinion. And actually, and I'm not a fan of Rolling Stone, but Rolling Stone's top 500 albums of all time, they've got this as the best double album of all time. Number 7 overall. It's the highest ranking double album. Not that I take that into consideration, it's just something to note, but my favorite album of all time. So, there you go, folks. Thank you very much for watching. A little bit longer than usual. And actually, I'm at 16 minutes, so this is officially my longest video that I've ever done. So, and I don't edit, so it's raw. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you're well. Bye for now.